Let's get a quick take on this last one. The Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce presented 4 possible ballot initiatives this week that would ask voters to approve a statewide sales tax increase toward transportation funding. Lawmaker support for the move was mixed, with some Republicans saying the move is not needed and some Democrats wondering if this is the right time for it to be on the ballot. Penn, your quick take on this. Is this the right time?
You know, it's the right time to have the conversation. I don't know if these measures are the right measures, and I certainly don't think that the initiated measure is the approach. I think you often do better with a referred measure coming out of the legislature, where there's some conversation and you can begin to build bipartisan compromise as part of the process, which is partly why I think these chamber measures may be doomed and why other folks are looking at the alternative of running something through the legislature, trying to get bipartisan support and referring some measure onto the ballot.
Michael, are Democrats worried that a tax increase they would have to support would be tied to them for this election?
I think you already saw that in the article about it. Alec Garnett, who's a state representative, was saying this might not be the best route to go. I mean, we just got national tax cuts. People are happy about that. It's gone up 14% nationally in support. The budget has gone up $2 billion. People don't want to increase taxes right now, especially when the legislature has the money in order to fix roads. So I think there's 2 outcomes with this. One, the money never materializes to get it on the ballot, to have a campaign behind it, and it is pulled like it was last year. Or the second thing, it gets on the ballot and it really helps the Republican nominee for governor because a lot of people won't vote for it, and they'll turn out to vote against it and really vote for the Republican.
Patty, everyone can agree that roads are a problem. No one can agree on the solution. More potholes ahead?
Throw guns in them. I mean, we are going to have a spring with plenty of potholes again, and as soon as that spring, those potholes emerge, the passions will flare again about doing something about transportation. People who've spent time on I-70 stuck, both in the summer and the winter for the tourists. It is going to be a hot issue again. Whether or not the Chamber of Commerce is able to push through this ballot measure, other people are going to be talking about it. We're going to have some big ballot issues on come November.
Dave, wrap it up for us.
Thanks to the pathetic weakness of Senate Republicans last year with their betrayal of the taxpayers' Bill of Rights, the Colorado state government is going to take away much of the tax cuts, or a significant share of the federal tax cuts that Coloradans are getting, and it's going to go to the Colorado state government. And even with this huge windfall, they still refuse to provide adequate funding for roads. So they say, oh, sure, we'll spend all the money we want on our stuff, but if you actually want adequate C-minus level road funding, no, you're going to have raise taxes on yourself. They ought to be able to find the money in this existing gigantic budget to do a decent job on roads.